Okay, hello and welcome to another edition of the Locker Room Stories podcast. And today we are again here to talk about Manchester United and its recent form. We have in the room with us Saurish and Arpit to talk about United. All three of us are like huge fans of United, so we have been sulking so far this season. So let's begin with Saurish, who is the guest here, with his feedback about the season so far.
Um, I think it's a mixed bag. We've won one, we've drawn one, and we've lost one. I'm not considering the Grimsby match as a Premier
Yeah,
League match. That's a one-off, and we drew that anyways. I mean,
yeah,
I don't want to get into penalty shootouts and what happens there, but I think what we've seen is so in the Arsenal match. I think everybody would say that we were the better team, but due
yeah,
to the goalkeeping error and the fact that we didn't score, we lost the match. Fulham was disappointing, I would say. Although we
right.
started off really well, like in the first 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure everybody thought we're back, right?
Yeah,
Like Cunha was hitting the post, and Boomer was running everywhere. Dorgu was active on the wings, but again, like portions of the game, which is a problem from last season or maybe the season before that, that we cannot control a whole match of 90 minutes, so that's there. And Burnley, I think we played well, but at the end of the day we got lucky with the penalty, that
yeah,
we got the 3 points. Otherwise it would have been another draw, right? So I think it's a mixed bag where there is a lot of potential, but there are clear weaknesses from last season.
yeah,
So everybody would point at the midfield,
yeah,
it's in the style and the system that he's playing. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes shouldn't be your central
yeah,
midfielders, right? I mean, that's really horrible. Like when you're pressing hard, they cannot track back, they cannot control the tempo of the game. So that's like a huge problem. And so I think, like, I mean, to be honest, after last season, I knew this season wouldn't be like, it's obviously going to be better than last season, but
yeah,
it's not. But I'm very relaxed
yeah,
somehow.
yeah,
Uh, I I'm talking about football in moderation, to be honest, with my friends who are
yeah,
obviously rival fans,
yeah,
because I think like this season is also like a write-off for me. I can
yeah,
relax and see what happens, because anything can happen this season, right? I
yeah,
mean, the only thing that I think won't happen is we won't get relegated, hopefully.
yeah,
Uh, Amarim might have a job. Amarim
yeah,
might not have a job. Bruno Fernandes might
yeah.
stay. Bruno Fernandes might not stay. So next season, I think we'll be seriously
I think as long as we don't get relegated, we should give him some time. That's the thing.
the manager. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
what's the other option, right?
yeah, yeah.
Backup.
And I think the midfielder situation is not his mistake. It's purely the board above. I don't know what. I mean, it's a disease. Basically, anyone who gets a job at United just doesn't understand football. To be honest, I mean, go and sign. I mean, Cunha and Mbuemo are good players. I agree. I mean, amazing players. Both add a lot of value to the team. But your main problem was legs in the midfield, right? That should have been solved. I mean, Bruno Fernandes simply, I would say, is like he's just all over the place. He can't stay in position, so you can't expect him to be playing like a Paul Scholes or a
Hmm.
or Michael Carrick or players like that, right? So you
Right.
can't expect Casemiro and Bruno to be your midfield. And now we tried in the Grimsby game, we tried Ugarte and Menu. They also didn't work. Ugarte somehow has been horrible. I
I
mean,
don't know
I
what's
don't
wrong
know,
with him.
just completely like as if he has forgotten how to play football, right? It's like that. I mean, it's basic, like. And I think the main problem with United, I'll go to Arpit in a moment. The main problem with United, I think they've forgotten to do the basics, like just like mark your man, right?
Right.
Just basic things like that. And I don't know what happens in corners. Like you saw what Bayendir was doing. Like they showed us so many replays of what Bayendir was doing in every corner. Every corner he was just like as if he's like getting a shock or something, just all over the place, just punching everywhere, right? And missing the ball. And Twice that happened, and Onana, I mean, straight shots, he's missing that. So goalkeeper situation is an all different story altogether. But I think main problem that we have right now, which we will which will face in the big games, is the midfield. Midfield will be completely dominated. Like you can't even like in Man City you have Rodri and I don't know who is the other midfielder. Arpit, who is the midfielder Man City has Rodri alongside
They
Rodri?
have, I think, Rainier, Rodri, and Cherki is out. But I think they have Rainiers, and there's one more player called Nico Gonzalez. I think
Yeah, yeah. I
coming
think
from
yeah.
India.
So I think that's my main worry. Yeah, Arpit, what is your opinion about the transfers and then the following games after that?
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree on the point of midfield issue. Like
Yeah,
midfielder is the key thing that we wanted. Then we went for Baleba. Maybe it's like too much money asked from
yeah,
Brighton, and then we like, no,
yeah,
we don't want a midfielder right now. We got a keeper. Luckily, let's see how he'll play. Hopefully, I mean, Onana has set the standard so low that even if he comes and like stop two shots who are like normal shots, we like, oh, we have a very good keeper. So from
yeah,
that point of view, I think keeping thing will be solved. But
yeah,
yeah, midfield is one thing. I think even game by game, I feel Burnley game specifically, there are a lot of missed chances, which we
yeah,
kind of like miss
Yeah.
yeah.
from the open play and
That's
in
a good
first half
point. We have
itself.
the highest XG by the way so far.
Yeah, I mean statistically, people are saying Amorim system is not the problem, but
Yeah,
because we have XG, we have more shots
yeah,
created and most the touches in the box and all those statistics. But again, open chances missed in Burnley game. Ahmad sitter like Ahmad missed that
yeah,
sitter, and then Zirkzee just cut off the keeper and shot taking that shot.
yeah,
So I think Burnley, specifically Burnley game because Fulham game, like first 15 minutes we were good. Then we kind of went into that shell of okay, we have to
yeah.
contain the ball, and then second half when we got like I was watching one video recently from one of the media channel had posted on Ferguson,
Mhm.
where they said Ferguson was saying like if you are at 70 minutes 1-0 up, there's no point of putting two center backs and a defensive midfielder.
Yeah,
Rather go and get that second goal and kill the game. And
yeah.
we did the exact opposite. We put Maguire, Haven, Ugarte, and everyone back just to defend that goal. And then Dalo showing his skills in his own penalty area and just
Yeah, yeah.
put
I
that
think the
cross.
thing that makes me pull my hair out is like you have bought Sesko, right? I mean, what the hell is he doing on the bench? I mean, why are you not bringing him? I mean, he's not there to play 20 minutes or 10 minutes.
Right.
Like forget it. I mean, he will miss chances. He will not be able to hold the ball for few minutes. And वैसे भी तुम क्या उखाड़ रहे हो, right? I mean, what
Right.
the hell are you gaining by not playing him in those games, right? I mean, Burnley, Fulham, they are not big opposition. I mean, even if they play exceptional some season, still they are not the usual suspects, right? So you can obviously pay Sesko and try him out. I mean, at least give him a full game and see what he does. He will slowly improve. I mean, until and unless he doesn't get to the level of Premier League intensity, he's going to just fluff at all the shots. I mean, just randomly hit shots from outside the box or miss sitters and all that. I mean, it's just going to happen because when you don't get game time, that's what is going to happen.
Right.
So what's your take on Sesko? Because I feel he can do better. I mean, if he's given more time.
Yeah, I think Sheshko, I mean, again, like just looking at the number of minutes that he's played, it's
Yeah,
obvious that it's not an Amarin signing. It's not like
yeah,
he wants
yeah,
a striker, you know. He's a good striker. Don't get me wrong. And
yeah,
Amarin must have said, "Yeah, I want him and maybe sell off Rasmus to uh, Napoli or whatever." But
yeah,
uh, yeah, I mean, it's very evident that he is not confident about Sheshko. That's why he's playing Cunha as the false nine or putting him up top. Uh, and we also signed like two number 10s. I think that was very weird. I don't know what
yeah,
you guys think about it, but I mean, we
yeah,
already had Bruno and Mason Mount, and you've seen other people's like Menu and sometimes Ahmad play that role as well.
yeah.
So why did we get like? I mean, both of them are fantastic players.
Fantastic
Don't get me
player.
wrong, but
Yeah.
getting two number 10s, like
Yeah, I think if you're going to get both of them, then probably sell Bruno and cash him in.
Yeah,
because you could have got 100 million, which could have easily converted to like two midfielders, right?
yeah.
Or a
Or
midfielder
Vega.
and a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. And a decent goalkeeper. You could have got Donnarumma, or you could have got Martinez. Because Martinez, I think it came down to money. I'm 100% sure it came down to money, because I'm sure that somebody, at least they have that much brain that they would consider Martinez over Lemons, right?
Yeah, I
It's
was very
pretty obvious.
surprised as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
and
pretty
a
obvious.
little disappointed that we went for Lemans. Lemans might be a really good keeper, but it's the same issue with Piender and Onana, right? New
Yeah,
keepers coming to United at a young
yeah,
age. Even De Gea had to like give it like I don't know, like a probably like a whole season to
yeah,
become De Gea. It was
yeah,
not easy. I mean, we remember that match against Arsenal. Like he
yeah,
was, yeah, he was all over the place. So yeah, going back to Sheshko, I think he needs more game time.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I just don't know. Like the whole false nine, false number nine, like on the top where Cunha is there. It's exciting, but I don't think you can play like that for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And
If
I
you
also,
drop him in the City game, it's
yeah,
going to be super tough for him. I mean, it's not going to be easy for Sheshko or anyone, any striker for that matter, who just gets more time against City and not more time against other clubs who are down the.
absolutely right. Where he could have actually shined and
Yeah,
found a pattern of play,
yeah,
but. Yeah, I don't know. I think Xerxes is fine as well. Like I don't think he's an out and out striker. Number nine, obviously, but he's also like one of those players who's he. I think he plays behind the striker, so kind of like a number 10. He might help out here and
yeah,
there. I don't actually see Sheshko starting tomorrow, to be
yeah,
honest, because
yeah.
City, and I don't know how much how prepared he is for like a Manchester derby or something like that in the Premier League to start. Just because like he didn't start with Fulham and Burnley, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have someone like a Xerxes starting. I don't know if Cunha is still injured. Is he still injured or?
I
I mean,
think
he
he's
was,
yeah.
yeah, he was
Good,
off in that game, but I don't think it's serious injury. It's like
yeah,
1 week knock because
yeah.
there's no release about how much is out or like any
Oh,
medical report coming out. So
Yeah, actually, the game
I
is
think
next week. I think we have the international break going on right now, so the game is actually next week. So we have
oh
some
yes.
time to get Cunha back. But I think, I mean, putting on the expert hat on, like, what do you think? What are the attributes that you feel are missing? Right? I mean, I feel one is crossing for sure. The goalkeeping, I mean, we don't even have to discuss. That's obvious. But one is crossing. I think if you have bought a striker like Sesko, like we had similar problem with Hoyland. Hoyland didn't get enough service, right? And but who will cross the ball? That's another question. Because Bruno is playing slightly centrally. You can say sometimes he plays on the left, but still, it's the same problem of crossing. Dalo doesn't know how to cross. Dorgu is a hit and a miss.
Yeah,
Still, we have to figure out like what kind of a player he is, because he plays well in certain games. Like he played well in Burnley game,
yeah,
and also in, I don't know if he played in the Arsenal game. I think he played in the Arsenal game.
yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
played
the
in the
other
Arsenal.
thing. That's the other thing with how Amarim is setting up. I think a lot of players are also playing out of position. Like
Yeah.
uh, Bruno is a central midfielder. Uh,
Hmm.
Cunha is false number. He's playing number nine, false nine, or whatever.
Hmm.
Ahmad is a wing back.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if these players are suited for these secondary positions
Yeah.
as their primary positions for the
Yeah.
whole season. We're not getting the best out of them, and that might be one of the reasons why it's been difficult, and not just this season, like last season as well, right? We've seen Dalo being a wingback. I mean, Dalo has a lot of issues, but I clearly feel like going forward, he's not that good. I mean, I know like he scored a lot of goals like last season, but I don't have any confidence in him like
Yeah.
in putting in a cross. So when you talk about like crosses and Sheshko playing, it has to be either Ahmad or Mbuemo
Yeah.
or I don't know, Luke Shaw maybe. I
Yeah.
remember Luke Shaw putting in a lot of crosses like when he was
But I think
playing.
Luke Shaw again, the legs is a problem. It's still fitness issues are there. I mean, Arpit, what do you think about? I I was going to say something, I forgot. Uh, yeah, the defense. So the defense we have, like we have decent defense right now. I mean, defense is
Defense.
not a problem, but I think the formation is a problem. What do you think? Formation, they don't know how to play that formation
Yeah,
still. I mean, they,
I mean formation in Premier League usually back four is the main formation. If you
yeah,
see like very few teams are playing back three,
yeah,
and whichever are playing are not like very super comfortable teams. Like
yeah.
Tottenham tried few games, they're also like very much difficult. They're getting their very difficulties in that. So, but again, Amorim has said that I've always played in the same system of
Mm,
three back three and all. So he's not changing the system at all.
yeah.
I think to the point of crossing, I've seen this international break games where Mbeumo was playing for Cameroon, and he was putting like decent crosses in. I don't
Mm.
know why he's not doing the same thing in United. Maybe it's like the instruction from
Yeah,
manager.
that's again because
Uh,
he's playing out of position, I feel. I mean,
yeah,
he's playing in a weird position, which is not his forte. I mean, he's playing
yeah.
false nine, right?
No, no, he
Yeah,
was playing at number 10, but usually is not like what happening. He and Ahmad were playing like number 10 or wing back, number 10 or wing
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
and Ahmad was more of making those runs behind the like the fullbacks. So he's trying to play him more instead of just putting the cross. And Sesko was not there in that game till what 70 minutes.
Also, Sorish, I think the culture we had before, like if you look at the 90s, like we had Gary Neville who was always crossing the ball, who never would like go past defenders, right? So we had Beckham who would like again cross the ball. Sometimes Gary Neville would go beyond Beckham and cross the ball, right? So that's a different, like even Ryan Giggs for that matter, could cut inside, but mostly he was crossing the ball, right? So
Mhm.
I think the problem is also of the managers coming in and just these are basics, right? What do you think? I mean, these are like fundamental things which we need to tell them. Like if you're not able to break down someone, try a different path. Like try
Right.
direct ball, right? Like
Yeah,
try,
I mean, we are not doing the fundamentals. That's the
yeah,
problem. We are being very bad at the basic,
yeah,
like the basic tactics, like the game plays, like everything. Like when you look at like that game with Fulham, right? Like we
mm,
started off so well. Like we were
mm,
passing, we were moving the ball, but I don't know what happened after 15 minutes.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
lost the momentum. Everybody ran out of energy or whatever. It felt
mm.
like they were just either they were gonna score in that 15 minutes or we were
Yeah.
going to have like a very bad game, and it turned out to be the latter.
Yeah, I think someone analyzed that game really well, where they said that the moment like the teams start pushing their fallbacks into midfield,
Yep.
our midfield is gone. Like our midfield gets completely dominated, and they're out of the game basically. And then they are just sitting ducks. Like they can
And
be
that's
just
the worry. If
yeah,
if uh, if the Fulham manager is figuring us out in 15 minutes,
yeah, yeah.
and the second game of the season, it's going to be a very difficult season ahead. So
Yeah.
that's the
It,
biggest worry.
funnily enough, I felt then what Ole was doing with Fred and McTominay was a masterclass because I think he used to get maximum out of United with those players in those positions because they know how to play that double pivot role, right? Where you just hold, you just don't do anything fancy. Just what your job is to just get rid of the ball from the opposition and pass it ahead. That was the only role they had. So I feel that they could do it. I mean, if a player who has slightly better skills would like really do well, like for example, Baleba again. The problem with United is like you are going after these players for crazy money, and they eventually that money doesn't pay back, right? I
Right.
mean, it's like again, Anthony, great player, overseas with different leagues, but with United again he failed because I think too much expectations basically. That's what I feel. But that is one question I wanted to ask you both, which is like, why do players not succeed here? One is of course intensity of the league. That's a different story altogether. But then why Liverpool are able to get the most out of their players? Like if you look at Sloboslai, or if you look at
I could take it.
Birch,
Scoring a lot.
Gravenberch, you look at other players, right? I mean, these are just examples. Like, what do you think is the reason? Like, is the coaching a problem? Like, uh, what is that?
Yeah, I think like from my perspective, it takes time. Like
Yeah,
fitting into the United shoes is not an easy task. Whether you're uh, the number one, like whether you're the goalkeeper or a defender or whatever. I think it's easier when you're a defender, obviously. But
hmm,
when it comes to midfield or more of like an active role, like when you're the striker of Manchester United and you're young and you don't have a lot of experience, it is definitely going to take a lot of time.
yeah,
I also feel like since you mentioned Solskjaer, like I was not a huge fan of Solskjaer and I was not a huge fan of McFred, but if you look at that team that Solskjaer was playing, he had better players. Like I'm
yeah,
sorry to say, if you
yeah,
compare that 11 with our 11 right now, he
yeah,
had better players.
yeah, better players. Yeah,
And if you compare Mourinho's 11 with the 11, it's same situation
same
again. Like
situation. Yeah,
we don't have. I mean, I love the players. I think they're super talented, but they are not that great. I mean, I'm
yeah,
not afraid to like admit it, and I know it because I see them like every week. Like they are good for
yeah,
15 minutes or 20 minutes or 45 minutes. They cannot control 90 minutes, and this is not just this season. The
yeah,
season before that, it
hmm,
saw that under Eric Ten Hag as well,
yeah,
and it's been happening all along. So I think like it's important for us to find that rhythm. I
yeah,
think playing in a back 3-3-4-3 is also like a new thing that's just gonna take more time for everybody to adjust. We need players who fit in those specific roles. Like I think the wing back is a completely new role that Manchester United never played with, right?
never played. Yeah,
So that's like a whole new different thing that we need to figure out. Except for Dorgu, I don't think we have a good wing back. I don't think Ahmad should be wasted in wing back. I don't think Dalot should be a wing back. That's I mean they're just like they're just filling in. I mean, they are
yeah,
not the specialized players. So if you play somebody out of position for the whole season, you're not going to get the best output, and that's
yeah,
always going to be like lacking. And I mean, I don't know what's that going to convert to. Maybe
yeah.
less chances, or maybe a bad match or
Yeah.
something like
The
that. So
only thing is that you can get away with wing backs, but you can't get away with midfield, right? So wing backs is still you can get away with because if you play well, at least in defense, when you
yeah,
are defending, it's okay. But if you are very bad in midfield, you will be opened up easily. I mean, which is the case in many games where we played well in attack, but then in defense we totally. I mean, we got overhauled in. I mean, in the defensive area,
right.
basically. Yeah, yeah,
No, so but that's the thing, right? I think wingbacks are also important when you're going forward, when you're crossing as well, like the overlaps,
yeah,
depending upon like if Ahmad is a wingback, I would expect him to cross because he's not
yeah,
a tello, right? I
yeah,
want him to put in crosses. I want him to overlap with the with someone like Mbume or whoever is playing on that side. Uh, Also, like if we are bad at crosses, we concede a lot of goals in crosses, like on the
crosses. Yeah,
other side, right? So that's again, I think, a problem
yeah,
with wingbacks where when you're playing with a back three, there's a lot of place on both the other like sides of the pitch, right? Because your wingback is going forward and they're not being able to track back. So I think that is something that should be better with a better wing back, like someone like Dorgu who can run and maybe come back. I don't see Dallo doing that. Dallo is always out of position or he's
Mhm.
like doing something very weird somewhere and he doesn't know where the ball is. And next thing you
Yeah,
know, there's a cross coming in and Harry
yeah,
Maguire is going to duck and
yeah,
Onana is there to just stand and let the ball go in.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's funny. I mean,
I
I
think
was
it.
I was looking at old games and how many times Harry Maguire has just been in the middle. It hits him and goes in.
I think it's a trust on Maguire.
Yeah,
Maybe Dallo is trusting too much of too much on
I think
Maguire.
Maguire has been better though. I mean, I don't know
yeah.
what you
Maguire has
guys
been
think.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the last game, Burnley game, last 10 minutes, where Mazrai came
Hmm.
as wing back, he was like very much comfortable with that system
yeah,
because he's playing by and back three, so he know how to behave like a wing back. But he's again how long he'll stay fit. That is a question.
I'm
yeah,
very impressed with Euro, though. I don't know what you guys
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
I mean, he's just 19, and some
yeah.
of the things that he does on the pitch, I'm like
yeah,
super excited to see what he does. Like
I
when
think
he,
right now, yeah, I think right now Euro is like that key player who will like run whole defense and who will put the ball forward and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So he is like the main key player right now.
Yeah.
yeah. But I think
But
midfield. Sorry, go ahead. You're saying something.
yeah, no, so I'm coming to your point of what's going wrong actually. I
Right.
Yeah,
think even before like coaching or how we are setting up and all, I think recruitment till last season was another reason which
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel,
yeah.
because how we've recruited players and what are the options available on the market. If you
Mhm.
look that, then we'll be like, oh, we are paying 65 million for Ugarte, where
Yeah,
we have better options in midfield available on the market, right?
yeah,
So that is, I think, recruitment wise also, because last season we didn't have that director of football and all the higher management people. Like this season, they stick with Mbuemo, Cunha. They're not going for other options, but
yeah,
they get that deal done, and they know that these are like right, because statistically they are like the best player till last two seasons, I think.
yeah.
So
I,
from
I
that point of view,
correct. No, no, go ahead, go ahead. Sorry, complete your
yeah, so
thought.
from that point of view, I think recruitment was another thing I feel, which were like, okay, if Ten Hag said I want Anthony, get Anthony for any amount. They're not looking, okay,
Mhm.
what other right
Yeah,
wides are available, right? So
yeah. Sometimes I think that's a good point. I think manager sometimes you need to overrule the manager. You can't be completely blind to what he wants. Like Gyökeres, I agree with Amarum. Like you should have got him as a striker, but otherwise, other players like I mean, he may say like, for example, Eric Ten Hag was a disaster in terms of transfers, right? All the players that he brought in, we have almost like on the verge of selling, or we have almost sold, right? But one good thing is one positive thing which I didn't see in the previous seasons was getting rid of the deadwood, right? With this season, we have done a phenomenal job. I don't know if Rashford would be categorized in that bracket, but if Rashford was a problem attitude wise, then it's okay. I mean, you got rid of Rashford, you got rid of Anthony. Anthony for sure. I mean, I don't think so. He was fit for United because he could play very well in the Spanish league or other leagues. But it's a too big a step for him to come to the Premier League and perform well. I think that's given. So I think we have done the good job in terms of getting outs. In terms of ins, I think we have not done a good job. I would say we have done a partially good job. I mean, so I think we will improve. I mean, I'm hopeful about it. Like probably even winter, they might just fix the midfield problem also.
Right.
Like who knows, right? So that is a good sign. So I think I am hoping like you're absolutely right when you say you should write off this season. But I'm just worried like we don't end up in a relegation battle. I mean, we are not. I hopefully we are not that bad. But
Yeah.
as long as he gets us in the top 10, I am okay to write the season off, and like next summer we actually invest in what we want to bring in rather than getting people out. I think wages was a key factor in
Mhm.
why we were not able to
Yeah.
get rid of players or get players in. I think that is solved in significantly well in this window. If you see, Rashford is gone, Anthony is gone, Sancho is gone, all the big players are all gone who are on significantly high wages. Like Sancho was on a crazy wage, Rashford phenomenally crazy wage. I think Rashford was earning more than most of the European players. I don't think so. A lot of players were earning more than Rashford. Probably only in the Saudi league would
Mhm.
be earning more than Rashford. So I think that's a positive. Any
See,
other
yeah.
thoughts
Go
on
on.
besides that on the league in general? Like what do you think about other teams? Like
Oh,
who do you
what
think
do
can?
I think of other teams? Did you see Liverpool breaking the transfer record not once,
Yeah,
twice in the
yeah,
same window? I
yeah,
mean, when was the last time that happened? That was so
yeah,
insane. Like
yeah,
when the whole Isak thing happened, I thought it was
yeah,
a joke or something. It's just gonna go away. But
yeah,
they actually ultimately ended up buying him. And
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I think they are doubling down on last season's title. I think they just want to win the Champions League and league both, or maybe do the double or triple, whatever. I think they are still hurting from the fact that they haven't won, haven't done a treble. That's something that is in the back of their mind. That's why they are signing so many players. They didn't need so many players. In fact, I
yeah.
mean, their original squad was pretty decent. I think Salah was the only worry because he's going to go away very
Mhm.
soon. He's talking in the media a lot, so I think that was the only replacement they needed, like someone to uh,
Right.
do well in case he doesn't perform well.
But
So
they re-signed Salah. They
yeah,
re-signed Van Dijk as well. So that
yeah,
was like really big contracts, right, salary
Yeah.
wise. And then they got Wirtz, Ekitike, and Isak. I mean, that's like I
Yeah.
know they lost Jota, but at the end of the day, like they have too many strikers. Like I know Mark Guehi did not happen like in the final hour, but
Yeah.
defensively, I think they are still a little weak, which gives me a little
Yeah.
bit of hope for teams like maybe a City or an Arsenal or even like Chelsea to
Yeah.
maybe challenge them. Because otherwise, I think like it's just pretty evident that they are going to win the Premier League again, and maybe like challenge the Champions League as well because they've got a very good squad.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think. I mean, Arsenal did a lot of good signings as well, but I
Yeah.
just think Gyökeres is going to take a little bit of time
But
to
I
act.
think Odegaard and Saka are injured, right? I believe.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So
I mean,
that's another big blow. So I think
Saka is
they are,
out, I think, 4 weeks.
oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God, he
yeah.
just
So
started.
I think that pulls them back. I feel Liverpool and Chelsea are the two clubs which have the best chance. But Chelsea is again a mixed bag. Chelsea, you never know what you will get with Chelsea. So they might play crazily good on one weekend and then just screw up the next weekend. So it's
Chelsea,
a mixed bag.
Chelsea, I think they're lacking squad depth also.
Yeah, Chelsea. I don't know how many players. I think 50 players on the roster.
49 players they've registered
Yeah,
for Premier League.
yeah. That's just crazy. That's the American way
Yeah,
of recruitment.
sign everyone and then we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the great thing that they have done is they have got significant value out of those players.
oh
So
yeah,
basically, they are just doing that for earning profit. I realize that I forgot the name of the owner, but that's
Totally.
yeah, Todd Bowley. Yeah, that's the idea he has used in the other leagues also. He uses that same thing in baseball or anywhere or NFL or wherever he's
so yeah,
owning teams. He does that same thing because he's buying players at a very low cost and then selling them for a profit by playing him for few games. And he doesn't overplay. I mean, the manager also doesn't overplay those players, so that those players are performing really well in those games and they are going for a
right.
value. Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
a
I think
yeah,
that's the new model that
yeah,
a lot of football clubs are gonna adopt. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know how far Manchester United are gonna adopt that, but you can see that same thing where you're buying somebody for 90 or 100, but you're using amortization for 5 years.
yeah,
So every year you're just showing like maybe 20% of that in the books, and maybe in year number four you're actually selling him in that price, whatever his price would be in the fourth year. So you're making a profit or you're breaking even. So
yeah,
that's like the new transfer model. And yeah, Chelsea are the masters of it. I mean, when they're trying to sell Nicholas Jackson for 75, 80, I'm like, what?
yeah,
That's so strange. And they paid only 40 for Ganacho.
yeah,
I don't know how they do it.
yeah. Garnacho was actually desperate to go, so I think yeah, that's the thing. So he wanted out, like crazily wanted out, so he's going to go. But coming to now back to the league, let's do predictions. Like next two games are City and Chelsea, so we have a tough time
Yeah.
coming up. What do you think? Starting with you, Sorish, like what's going to happen in those two games?
So I'm just like checking the fixture. Are both of them away, or do we have
City
the
away,
Chelsea one as
Chelsea
well?
home.
Sorry,
City
the
and
Chelsea one is
Chelsea.
Old Trafford. Right. So I would say, like, I'm not sure about the City one, just because
Yeah,
it's at Etihad,
yeah,
and I don't think we are ready yet.
mhm,
So probably like I'll be happy with a draw at
yeah,
the Etihad, and
mhm,
maybe a win against Chelsea, because pretty sure Garnacho is going to play. Um,
yeah,
and yeah, I mean it's gonna be really bad if we lose. I don't even care if he doesn't score or scores.
yeah,
If he's on the pitch at Old Trafford and if we lose, it's gonna be really bad.
yeah.
So yeah, maybe a draw for with City at Etihad, but we come back to Old Trafford the week after against Chelsea and get 3 points. Get 3 points there.
Yeah. What do you think, Arpit? What is your take?
I am thinking opposite actually. Yeah, I'm thinking Chelsea draw because we are drawing Chelsea from last 6 7 games
That's true. Yeah.
whenever we play.
Yeah,
So it's like
Right.
1-1 nil nil something like
yeah,
that. City, I mean, again it's away game, but why I'm a little bit optimistic is if you look at City's current setup in last 3 games, it's like if you genuinely play with that intensity and like how Brighton played in the second half, you
Mhm.
can actually get those chances into their box
Yeah.
and get those goals.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
City is a little bit vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. I mean, again, you never know, big game derby, maybe players like high intensity shows up, but
Yeah.
seeing what they have did in the like last 3 games, you can still you can't say like how we used to play under 10. You like sit back, get a counter, maybe try to hit something on counter attack, maybe get a goal and then defend for your life kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That can't do now with the City because they don't have that. And Rodri just came from injury last game, so he looked a little bit of rusty as well. So I think City game we can hope for 3 points. Again, draw is also not a bad result.
Hmm.
So maybe 2 points or four points. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking of both draws, but I don't think so. United has the capability to draw both games. I think City we might just sneak a win, and that too. I think 2-1 or 3-2, something like that. Some crazy score like that. And I think Chelsea one is going to be a short draw, or we lose that game. I don't think so. We are winning that game because that's going to be tough. At home, we have to dominate the ball. We have to be in possession, and I think Chelsea is going to sit back and just wait on the counter, or either one they and what happens with that is like Chelsea will be easily able to get past our midfield. So that's a big problem for us. So I think optimistically, I would say a win and a draw, and that would be the best thing that would happen. Like 4 points out of six, and I hope that we don't get defeated in both games. That would be like catastrophic, and I think Amorim will lose his job eventually if he gets defeated in both games. Because after that, if you see, we have some games where we have historically lost, like Brentford, for example. Brentford is
But
is always defeated.
Brentford is like I think
It's a bogey team, basically.
yeah, it's very weakened from last season. Like they've lost
Yeah,
everybody, including the manager. So, but
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we need to win. We
We
need
need to
to,
win that. Yeah,
yeah, we need
yeah.
that.
I
I,
think
I think
last
from a confidence point of view as well, like winning is going to only help us like perform better the next game. I don't
Mhm.
think we perform well when we concede a goal or when we are coming back from a defeat.
Yeah,
Been really poor.
I
yeah,
think next 5 games are anyway like deciders for Amorim because sixth game
yeah,
is Anfield Liverpool. So
yeah.
by then
I think October
all like
19th would be we would know like whether he's still will still stay in the job or not, because October 19th is Anfield, and they based on the next two games, I think Anfield becomes like a do or die, basically.
Right.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I think we will conclude here. Thank you so much, Sorish, for your time. It was fun